Awesome. So now let's start actually with the most amazing thing that it's now in front of me. I have two screens. So I'm going to show you Inventory Falcon 2.0 before everyone else. So this is the dashboard. Can you see it? Awesome. So this is going to be Inventory Falcon 2.0. We have a dashboard. This is a demo account. It does not contain all the information, but it's just a demonstration how it will look like. We are going to launch it next week. So in the dashboard, you have your total items that are in your catalog. You will have how many items you added through Inventory Falcon. One moment, I will increase the volume of the microphone. Awesome. You have the pending shipments, if you have any, and you have the missing data tab. So if you have orders of some product and we need to add it to our reports, we need to have information like the cost, the source, and such. So if we do not have this information, we will add it to the missing data and we will require you to add this so we can show you everything. You have quick actions to add items, upload CSV, view catalog, view reports, and the master by list. If you have any missing data, it's not going to be boring to add this data. We are going to have the game add missing items. If you will click on this, you have a game. You have the leaderboard that shows you the leading users that added the most items they can, and you have the game. In the game itself, you need to choose if you want to fill the missing products or just fill the source or only fill the dimensions. But for us to give you full reports, you will need to add the whole item. You're going to click on Start Game. I do not have any items that I need to add currently, so it's just going to show me random products. So this is SKU that I have in my account. I can add the cost, source, the quantity that I sent in, all the DIMs, everything that I need. And by completing this data right here, we will be able to show you the reports. So before I jump into the reports, I want to tell you what is different now while adding items. So if you remember, because Walmart changed the API, the way that we send them items, it required us to upload a lot of information. So it had a time that Walmart had the SKU update error, so we couldn't even in Seller Central convert item from WFS to Seller Fulfilled. So we did the SKU update inside Inventory Falcon, and it required us to fill a lot of information. But now we found a way that we can work around it, and now it will work without need to fill all this information. So as you can see, this is the data that you need to enter now, and we automated everything. So it's basically just the brand name, the net content, the image, and that's it. It's already done. It's already filled. And if you do want to do SKU update, you just need to check this box, and then you will have the current format that requires more information. This is the current version. If you're using Inventory Falcon now, you will be required to fill all this information. In this case, it's only flavor. But in the new update, it's optional. So you can just uncheck the SKU update, and that's it. You don't need to fill any data. This is about adding item. Before I go to the reports, I want to say that if you have any questions, the chat is open, so I can see if you want to ask some. Or you can unmute yourself and ask. That's totally fine. So for the reports, we are going to have supplier profitability, category profitability, SKU profitability, item ID, inventory valuation, sales tax report, and profit and loss. So in this demo icon, I do not have information. So let me load information in my account. One moment. I'm going to load some demo information in this account so you can see how the chart will look like. No, actually, I have some screenshots. So I will just show you the screenshots. So basically, it's just a demo screenshot because for us to generate reports, I need to add sales, and this is demo account. But in general, it will be a lot of charts, a lot of informative charts that shows you the velocity report, inventory valuation. It will show you the sales, how many sales you had in units, how many sales you had in dollars, and everything you need to know for you to manage your account. So you will have everything. You have profitability per any parameter, and you will have your profit loss. You have your sales tax report for the states, and you have everything that you need. So I'm going to do both Walmart and Amazon today. We are just very excited about Inventory Falcon 2.0. So I'm showing Inventory Falcon 2.0, then I'm doing a quick sourcing to Walmart. I'm going to show you a new method that I thought about, and it's very creative and can be very good. And then I will do some Amazon sourcing if you'd like. Awesome. So this is about Inventory Falcon 2.0. This is how it will look like. And now I want to show you some creative methods for sourcing. I will just open everything. Yes, I will tell you what is new for Nepeto as well. We worked on both Nepeto and the Walmart softwares, and we are going to launch the big updates to both of them. So this current webinar is focused on showing the new Inventory Falcon and doing some Walmart stuff, but soon we are going to launch for Nepeto. We are going to add BSR drops to the retailer section. We are going to add a BSR drops column. So under BSR, you will also have BSR drops, so you can quickly see over the data here. And we will also have a filter by BSR drops. This is only two features that we added. We're also very close to launch Workspace, and it's going to be amazing as well. So the Workspace is going to be your all-in-one platform to do your sourcing. So now Nepeto gives you leads. Rather, it's an Amazon to Amazon flips from the master search, from the out of stock section. At the end of the day, it gives you leads. Go ahead, buy this item from Target and sell it on Amazon. Buy it from Kohl's and sell it on Amazon. So after you find this lead in Nepeto, you will probably use Google Sheets or other managing software that you can take the leads that you just found in Nepeto, and then you need to do your sourcing the routine. You will need to send test units. You will need to check how it sells. You will need to record everything. Everyone has their own routine. So the workspace will be an all-in-one platform for you to do this sourcing routine. It will be like an advanced Excel sheet that also records historical data. So for example, if you added to the workspace this item that costs $10 and now it has a discount, so now it's 7, you will be able to see that the price went down. It will be like an Excel sheet, interactive with historical data, and also it will be connected to your Amazon account. So if you want to do tests and you want to see how fast 5 units sold out, so we will tell you there, this item, this ASIN, you sold 5 units in 3 days. So this is the workspace. First, we're going to launch it to Nepeto because Nepeto is the base for Amazon. So we're going to launch it to Nepeto, and then we're going to work on a similar thing to Walmart as well. But first, we're going to launch the workspace to Nepeto. So we're going to have the workspace, the BSR drops in the online arbitrage retailer, and more updates. This is for Nepeto. So I already showed you Inventory Falcon 2.0, the reports, the dashboard, how the data changed. So I just showed you Inventory Falcon 2.0. We talked about Nepeto 3.0, huge update that is coming soon. Inventory Falcon 2.0 is next week. Nepeto is probably going to be in 2 to 3 weeks, the launch. So now let me show you some interesting sourcing method that I wanted to show. And it's just demonstrating how creative we can be with using these softwares. So if you have the Pioneer bundles, like Brian wrote in the chat, so the Pioneers bundle is an all-in-one bundle that you get all our softwares in a very cheap price. So if you do have the Pioneers bundle and you have the Nepeto now, let's say that you bought the Pioneer bundle because of the Walmart softwares and you have Nepeto. Nepeto is powerful, and I want to show you how you can use Nepeto even for Walmart. So let me show you something very creative. Currently, if you want to do sourcing in Walmart, you can do it or manually. That means you can use Marter and you can use any method that you'd like and see the profitability, do reverse sourcing. You have a lot of ways how you can do sourcing. But if you want to do automated sourcing, you can use MOA. MOA is a sourcing software that is inside the Pioneers bundle that gives you leads. It's very similar to Nepeto. So you're going to have all these amazing suppliers that we scan all the time, and you're going to have leads. Go buy this from Five Below, sell it on Walmart, you're going to have 31% ROI, $1 profit. And go buy this from BJ's, you're going to have $5 profit, 170% ROI. Go buy this from AGP. So this is just a lead list, but it's a dynamic lead list because it changes all the time. It's from our algorithm, similar to Nepeto. So we have the retailers, we have the Amazon to Walmart and the Walmart to Walmart flips. But one problem here that we didn't launch the live search to MOA yet. The live search is different than this table because the live search allows you to use our algorithm offline. What does it mean offline? You will not see the results that we already found using our algorithm. You will be able to run the algorithm by yourself. So in Nepeto, how it works, you are going to go to any website. For example, let's go to Dick's Sporting Goods, the sale. This is just a link that I have, the sale. Let's say that I'm going to go to the Kohl's website, and let's search for a clearance page. And let's just take this one. And I'm going to copy the clearance and I'm going to paste the URL right here. Now Nepeto will go to those websites and will start scanning those websites and find you deals inside the URL that you just said. But I want to tell you something crazy about it. So let's say that I want to take, let's take another one. So if I'm going to take this URL, this is the deals for dolls and dollhouses. So it's not only going to take all these products in this page and show you what's profitable on Amazon, it will also go to the next pages automatically for you. This is in general what the live search is doing. So it will scan all the 1,000 results and show me the relevant Amazon data for them. So I'm going to paste the URL right here and so go on. So I'm going to do the searches. Sorry about it. So I'm going to do the searches if I want Target, Kohl's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and every other website that I'd like to do. And let's wait a few minutes because I want to show you what is the method. I will need it to scan a few products. So as I told you, it will just go ahead, it will check each product, it will compare them to Amazon, and then it will give me information. So now I want to show you what you can do with this information that you will be able to source with it for Walmart. Let me just take a result sets, a result CSV that I already had before, so we can do it quicker and we don't need to wait for results to load up. One moment. just searching for the CSV file that I ran earlier today for the live search. Awesome, there we go. So after you run your live search and you're going to get the results, you're going to export them to a CSV. This is the CSV that you export from the live search. Now we don't need the gated status, so I will just delete this. So all this information is relevant to Amazon. So we have all these amazing items. Let me make the row height a little bit bigger so you can see. So we have all these amazing products that you can see here that we found that we can buy it from Target and sell it on Amazon with a profit. Now, this is how creative you can be. You can take this file right here and use the live search that currently we have only on Nepeto to source items for Walmart. So I will repeat the process. 1, you run a live search on Nepeto. 2, you export the results that you got from this live search. Because we don't have live search on Marter just yet. But until we have it, you run the live search in Nepeto. You're going to export the CSV file from the live search locally. And then, because you have the pioneers, you have AnySeller. AnySeller is a CSV scanner that you scan for both Walmart and Amazon. So if I will go to AnySeller, I will be able to scan this CSV result that I just got from the live search for Amazon, and I will be able to scan it for Walmart. So I'm going to click on Walmart. I'm going to click on UPC identifier. I'm going to download the template. This is the template, and I'm going to take the information that I got from Nepeto's live search to AnySeller. So I'm going to copy this UPC list. I'm going to paste it right here. This is the UPCs from the live search. And I'm going to take the supplier price. I can also take the name and the image. This will be for better accuracy. This is not a must. Let's just keep it this way. So now I got a list. Here I only have like 50 products, but you can run a live search with 5,000 results. You can run a live search with 10,000 results. There is no limit in the live search for how many URLs you will paste. So you're going to have your huge CSV file that you export from Nepeto's live search, and you're going to upload this to AnySeller to scan for Walmart. So I'm just going to upload this CSV, and it will compare the prices from my live search, rather it's Target or Kohl's or Dick's or any website that you want. And it's going to compare the price from this supplier to Walmart. So now, as you can see, I just did a live search for Walmart without having this feature on MOA yet. We are going to launch the live search to MOA soon. But until then, this is an amazing method that you can do. And now it will scan this file and will show you what's profitable to sell on Walmart. So I see this item that I found from the live search from Target, and I can see that on Target it will cost $39.99, and now I can sell it on Walmart for $79.99, and I'm going to have this profit and ROI. So I just did a live search using Nepeto and AnySeller for Walmart. So I'm just having more results right here, and it's going to keep scanning the file. And if you have 10,000, you're going to scan the file, wait until it finishes, and then you can just click on filter by profit, and you're going to see only the profitable item to sell on Walmart. So if you're doing live search, now you can do live search on both Walmart and Amazon using this method. So this is only one creative way how you can use the tools in your Pioneers bundle. Someone wants to ask any question? Yeah, sure. I will post. I'm just recording. I recorded the whole thing, and I will post it in the Facebook community, in the Discord, and also in the YouTube.
Thank you. That's awesome information here. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Awesome. So I showed you Inventory Falcon 2.0. We talked about the new update for Nepeto. So we have huge updates for both Inventory Falcon and Nepeto. I showed you how you can use the live search in Nepeto to source for Walmart, for both Walmart and Amazon actually. And that's basically it, what I wanted to show you now. Tracy, would you like to add some sourcing methods that you use in the Pioneers bundle?
Sorry, had to unmute. I mean, I haven't done any kind of like combination of using them in that way. We do sometimes though go over into Nepeto and run the scans over there and look for profitability and then open up the product link and then use Martyr to see is it profitable on Walmart because MOA kind of catches some things, but we find that there's sometimes some other things or suppliers that are over on Nepeto that we don't have yet. So we do that sometimes.
That's amazing. You can also export stuff from the master search, from the seller storefront scan, from the retail section. Actually, you can export anything and then do manual sourcing using Martyr or just scan the file using any seller.
Yeah, we use AnySeller a lot. We scan a lot of files from our suppliers that get sent over to us. In fact, I got like 4 lists yesterday that before AnySeller would have taken me like literally all week to go through, and in literally minutes, I knew exactly what I wanted to order from the list. So it was great.
Awesome. So now, so what would you like, write in the chat, what would you like to see now? Would you like to see just a quick live sourcing, like 30 minutes live sourcing that Tracy will do? Or maybe you would like to see Amazon sourcing. Maybe you want to see how I use the master search or the storefront scanner. What would you like to see next? You can write in the chat or we will do like random.
How how do you know the velocity? You see the profit, but do they fall enough times? Do they sell enough times?
So on any seller, you have a reviews column, and you also have an integration to Histomart and Martyr. So if you will click on Martyr, you will just see our estimated sales, or you can click on Histomart and see all the historical data.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. I will just filter by review, like at least 5 reviews, so I know that this listing is active, and then I will start looking at the Martyr. All right, so I see that someone says that she is a brand new and she wants a Martyr overview.
Awesome.
And also we got a request for all of them, storefront search, and they want you to source.
Okay, I can do that. And we are having a session tomorrow as well. If you're in the Facebook group, and I need to post it in the Discord community, that will be focused on Martyr for like an hour, just like the nuts and bolts of Martyr and live sourcing with Martyr. So it'll be kind of more of, I guess, what I show you right now. But let me move a couple of things around and make sure I can share my screen. I can. And I always have to like move Zoom windows around, so just pardon me for a second as I
Yes, the sourcing
get them out of the way.
Yeah, the sourcing tomorrow will be recorded,
Yes.
and it's going to be in 10 p.m. No, sorry, it's a wrong time zone. When it will be?
It's 2 p.m. Central.
2 p.m.
So 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, that kind of thing.
Or night at
Um,
my place.
and yeah, late at night for you. Um, so let's go to Walmart first and just kind of do a little bit of kind of Walmart to Walmart, but also kind of overview of Martyr itself. So I am kind of known. I love toys. Toys are what I like to sell. And so I normally start with Barbies because Barbies are super popular. I normally can find some good things to kind of show the features of a tool by looking here at Barbie. So I'm kind of looking for things that yeah, this one says that it was 35 and now it's 9. So maybe this might be a good Walmart to Walmart flip. So when this comes up, you'll see on the left-hand side that Martyr just automatically pops up. This is a Chrome extension. And so it recognizes that I'm on Walmart and it will automatically bring this up so that I can look at and make some analysis around the product and, you know, whether or not it's something I want to actually purchase. The first thing I notice on the Walmart page is that it has multiple badges. Obviously, if it's being clearance down, the velocity is going to increase at that lower price. So you have to be a little bit cautious that, like, when you sell it for a higher price, the velocity may slow down a little bit. It's not going to be at the same velocity at a $20 price point as it is at a $9 price point. But it's still good to see that we have 100 plus bought since yesterday. It's in 100 plus people's carts. It's a bestseller. So this is an item that people are buying. We can also get that indicator over here on Martyr because it's telling us what it sells for on Amazon and how many units a month it sells on Amazon. So it also gives us an indicator of if the product is selling. So this is always kind of one of the first things I look at just as a comparison of making sure it is selling on Amazon. There is not a one-to-one correlation from Amazon sales to Walmart sales, but there is kind of a trend, I would say. If something doesn't sell at all on Amazon, it might sell on Walmart, but probably more of a likelihood it won't. So I want to see sales for sure. So we see things like, you know, UPC, G10, just this normal information, and I won't waste time because we don't have, you know, tons of time going over all of that. We do see that it's got a healthy amount of reviews, so that's good. This yellow coating tells me that Barbie is a gated brand. So if you haven't sold Barbie before, you will have to go through the process to ungate on Walmart, which is not difficult. But let's just kind of look at the analysis of this product. Right now, Walmart is the seller. Obviously, they're clearancing it out. It's $9. It's cheap. That's great. There are, though, 20 sellers on this listing, which is kind of high for Walmart. But on Barbies, it's not uncommon because it's a very desirable product that a lot of people buy. So you'll see more sellers on Barbies, on Legos, on Hot Wheels, on kind of those major brands because they move faster and can kind of support having that many sellers on it. We didn't see the referral fees at this $9 price point. Obviously, we wouldn't sell it for $9. If we're buying it for $9, we're going to sell it for more. So as we change this price, you're going to see the referral fees reflect that. We also have our WFS cost, which is based on dimensions and weight. So this one, if you look at this picture, it's not just like a Barbie in a box, like in that kind of like vertical box. It's a larger box. Therefore, it does take up more space, which is why the WFS cost is higher. If I bought this for $9 and I sold it for a price point of $22.88, then we can see what my profit would be on that, $4.30, which is an ROI of $47.88. The question is, will the market support a price of $22.88? And so we can scroll down here to our lowest price history graph, and we can see that, you know, look, it was in the 20s, honestly, before it dropped down to the $9 price point. And we can see that Walmart says that retail is $35. So I would feel very comfortable buying this and feeling like I can sell this for a $22 price point once Walmart sells through their stock. The next thing that we see is estimated sales 2.0. And so The guys at Martyr revamped estimated sales pretty recently, which is looking at the actual drops in stock to get that velocity number for you. So 529 a month is a really significant number. That's a good amount of stock. So I would feel like this is a pretty good mover. And as we get closer to Q4, probably even better. If I scroll down to this see more historical data, that would open up Histomart for me, and I may have to log in. Nope. Oh, yep. Okay, hang on. I'll move it off screen and then I'll bring it back. Just give me just a second. Okay, and we're back. And so I'll get it back here. So let me hit that button again, and then it will actually open up for the product. And so Histomart is like our Keepa, but for Walmart. So we can see our price histories. We can see it was up here in the 20s, went up as high as, looked like Walmart had it at $34.97 at this point. And then they've been dropping the price. And then most recently, right, looks like about 10 days ago, they dropped it to this $9 price point. We can also see the stock that's as the stock is dropping. We can see ratings, reviews, all of that good stuff. And then here is the sales that are happening based upon the stock as it's selling out. So lots of good information there. The data tab, if I go to offers, I can see how many were sold in the last 30 days. So Walmart has sold over 1,700 according to their stock drop. So all of those are good indicators that this is a product that's going to move for me. So love that. The last thing that I kind of look at is, well, how long am I going to have to wait for Walmart to sell out? So it looks like Walmart has 5,800 in stock, and then we have all these other sellers that are at that like $22 price point. So maybe I don't want to buy this right now. Maybe I want to just risk that Walmart is going to continue to sell it at $9 or maybe even cheaper. If they've sold 1,700 in a month, you know, it's probably going to take them a couple of months to sell through this. But do I really want to keep coming back and checking this page? I don't. And that's when I utilize the Martyr alerts. So I would go in and I would set an alert. And I want to know when the Walmart stock is less than, let's say, 1,200. So when they get down to about 1,200, I might swoop in and buy a few hundred of these going into Q4. I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of a risk taker. I'd buy more stock like that. Maybe I want to buy 10, like whatever. But I can actually set this alert for me to come back in when they get lower in stock, so I don't have to hold it as long. And the Martyr system will send me an email when that happens and triggers that so that I know to go back and look at this product. So any product that I'm kind of like on the fence about, or like it would be better if it was at a lower price, something like that, I always go in and set an alert because I'm old, sorry. My brain doesn't hold all that like it used to. So I just let the system do it for me. I could also set an alert and it could tell me when the WFS lowest price is less than $9. So maybe I want to see if they drop the price even more. And maybe that's a trigger. Like if they drop it to like $5, well, maybe I just buy them out, you know, or I talk to some friends and like, let's all go buy it out. And buy their stock out so that we get to that price point faster. So that's how I kind of use those Martyr alerts and couple that with my analysis, especially on Walmart to Walmart flips, to see, you know, is it profitable? Is it selling? Is it all of that? Even though Walmart is in stock, you could still buy a handful of these and catch some sales depending on where your product is, because Walmart prioritizes fast shipping, sometimes overpriced. So while it's $9 for me, if I live in a place where they can't ship it to me, then you would be shown a third-party offer. So those are all kind of just interesting things around Walmart to Walmart flips. I'm going to pause and see if there are any questions, and then I'll show you kind of using an outside website to do it. Let's see.
I do have a question.
Yes.
On the Histomart where it tells you the offers and it tells you how many they sold in the 30 days, do you guys know like how often is that updated? Because I have sold stuff and my storefront's not even listed there.
Are you selling at WFS or seller fulfilled?
Seller fulfilled.
Do you want to take that, Ito?
Yes, so the way we estimate the sales, we do not consider seller fulfilled sales as much as we consider WFS because anyone can just change their inventory level. So we don't want to mistake the estimated sales. So maybe stuff that you sold as seller fulfilled, you will not see it inside the estimated sales. But if you go to Histomart, you'll be able to see it.
No, mine were WFS sales. And so I didn't like my storefront hasn't even been listed. This has been on a couple of different things that I've noticed. So I was just wondering like how long the 30 days, like when I look at that, is the 30 days like 10 days back or it's like up to date?
Right. Like what's the how trailing is it? I guess is what you're asking. Yeah.
So
So how immediate is that data?
we scan it all the day, or what is the question? The Histomart scans the products all the time, and the estimated sales is from this moment and 30 days backward. This is the
So if
estimate.
she's not seeing her sales and she sold WFS, is it just maybe a matter of when it's scanned, it just didn't catch her in stock and then going out of stock?
Yes, if it's WFS, it's supposed to scan it like in the same day. Some specific products that we don't see enough movement in them, we may not take all the stock, include not a buy box winner. That means that if you are not a buy box winner, it will take us a little bit more than the buy box winner. So we monitor the buy box winner stock faster than the other sellers. But eventually, in a day or two, you will also see your stock. If you want, you can send me the item ID so I can check it for you.
Okay. And then Tracy, I just had a quick question for you about CPC requirements. Are you like worried about with this?
I mean, obviously I have concerns. I actually was just with Walmart executives out in California for all day on Tuesday, and it was specifically focused on seller fulfilled, but I brought up a couple of other things, and one of those was where it was CPCs, and I've talked to my Walmart rep about it. I feel like the way that they're implementing it is very restrictive, and I think they're going to see a massive drop in their offers, which is going to be great for people who can get them, but not so great for the majority of people, especially if you do OA and RA. I'm kind of more of in the wait and see than panic mode about it. Just because we got information that CPCs were going to be implemented for office products almost 2 years ago, and it failed. Obviously, now they have implemented it for office products. So I think we're going to just have to wait and see when they implement. We've started getting some for baby products. I haven't seen any for anything categorized as a toy. There have been some toys that were categorized in the baby category, so those have come across. So I'm waiting to see like when they come across, and then when I submit stuff, like how they're dealt with before I like ring the panic drum. But I am being proactive. So anything that I think I will be selling, especially in Q4, I'm making sure that I'm ordering at least a case of it from a wholesale source so that I can get the CPC documents. I also want to make sure that anything I invest in, I have another way to offload it. So I can either send it to Amazon, sell it on eBay, sell it locally maybe. I just want to make sure that I have kind of a backup plan if and when that comes and it, kind of makes things crazy. I'm not sending as much in WFS currently in toys because I don't want to have to pay the removal order until we know what those things are. So just kind of trying to be cautious about it, but not panicked about it yet. So, but I do think what I'm hearing is it will be very restrictive because the way Amazon deals with CPCs, If one seller provides it, then it clears it, the actual listing for everybody. And what Walmart has said repeatedly is that every seller that makes an offer has to produce it. So if you can't produce it, your particular offer is not activated. And that's very restrictive. And I told them, I said, you're going to see huge losses in the toy category if you do it that way. And they're kind of like, well, that's what our plan is currently. So we'll just have
Okay,
to wait.
well, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great question, and obviously we never want to be, like I said, like I'm cautious, but I'm also still buying toys. Like I'm buying toys every day. So is what
Okay.
it is. Okay, so real quick, I went out to the Disney Store website to kind of show you how I source with Martyr on not Walmart. So if it's not Walmart, how I do it. And so I'm going to open up this item. I do really well with this line of toys, the I Love You Forever toys, dolls, and this is a really great price on these. So I have no idea if it's profitable. I haven't scanned this one, but with Martyr, I can actually just highlight text, right click, and then hit my little search in Martyr icon, and it will open up Martyr on the side here, just like we saw it on Walmart, and then I can see if that toy actually is over here. So this particular one does not look like a match, even though it is a Rapunzel I Love You Forever. So that one is not a match. If it isn't, sometimes I will copy this and go to Walmart directly and try to search and see if maybe it will pick it up that way. But it might be that it just isn't listed. We just have to kind of wait and see. I'm going to scroll a little bit. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay, so we're going to try something else. And sometimes those dolls just, it takes them a while to get a listing over on Amazon. You'll see Disney has a lot of them. Let's look at this talking action figure. It was $30. It's down to $10. And let's right click and search for that. So we have some choices here. So I'm going to scroll down. Oh, that looks like the one that we want. So it'll bring up all the information so I can analyze this just like I did over with the Walmart Barbie. We can see we only have 2 sellers on this listing. I don't have any data on Amazon. This may not be listed on Amazon. Disney Store just went red restricted for most people. And so a lot of listings also kind of came off when that happened. So we're not seeing as many things over on Amazon to compare to. But it also means people, if they can't find it on Amazon, they're going to go looking other places for it. Also with Disney Store, anything that ends in 98, that's end of life. So like this is something that once they sell out of it will be gone, and you won't be able to find it again. So that's a good price once we see that. If we put in a cost of $9.98 here, right now there's no WFS cost. That does happen if the dimensions are not in the system. We can click on this and go out to an estimator that Walmart has to estimate the WFS costs. This, I'm going to say probably weighs about 0.8 pounds. It's 12 by 6 by 2. And once I do that and I hit estimate, then I would see that the fees are $4.95. So then I can go back in and add that to make sure that I'm seeing the actual profit. So obviously this looks highly profitable, almost 200% ROI. But if you look at the estimated sales, it says 0. So right now, when they're doing all their scans, they haven't really seen any sales of this item in the last 30 days. So you have a couple of people who are selling it. They're both selling it seller fulfilled. They're probably, hedging their bets and not wanting to pay storage until they kind of see if this sells. I can tell you, I bet you this thing starts selling in Q4, even if it's not selling now. And at that price point, I might buy 2 to 5 and just have them because I think they will sell. Like that's kind of my gut on this one. But the data doesn't really represent me going much deeper than that, even at that low price. I'm a data person. I like the data telling me that it's a smart decision. If I click out and go and look at Histamart, we'll kind of look at the history of this item. So obviously we've had a very steady price. You might even be able to lower that price and maybe get some sales coming in a little bit lower than the person who has it at the 39 point. But, everything's just been steady for, let's go back 3 months. They even had it at a higher price back here in February. So since February there haven't been any sales, like I don't know. I'm still a little bit of a risk taker. I'd probably buy a couple of them just because I think the price is a great price. And I think I probably could sell it other places if it doesn't sell on eBay. But this is just to kind of show you guys how you can use that right click on any website that you're on. So let's just go like VitaCost, which is a popular place to buy things. Yep. I'm just going to come down here and look and kind of see. Let me put in Bob's Red Mill. It's a good brand. It's a brand that's sold in the Walmart stores. Right now, they've got 20% off food and beverage. So let's look at these protein oats. Let's see if we can find these on Walmart. It's gluten-free, it's protein, it's all kind of buzzwords that are happening right now. So let's just highlight that text and search in Martyr and see if this actually comes up. It does. Ooh, looks like lower price there on the 16 ounce than what VitaCost offers. So that wouldn't be a good item for us. Now, pack of 4 could be interesting. A lot of people will ignore singular prices and just order kind of these case pack prices. But I'm not seeing a lot of reviews or anything. So for me, that would just be a pass and I would move on to the next thing. Okay, I'm going to go back and look and see if I missed questions. Where do you get CPCs? Okay, so you cannot get a CPC from a retailer. So if you're shopping in store, they will not provide them to you. If you're shopping online arbitrage through retailers, they will not provide them to you. You have to purchase through an authorized distributor, keyword being authorized, not just some Joe Blow that got like a Target truck dumped in his warehouse. An authorized distributor, a wholesaler, or the brand direct. There are a couple of companies that do post them online. Lego is one. Crayola publishes a subset of their products online. But most toy manufacturers hold that material very, very close to the vest. And here's the reason why. The whole reason for CPCs is to do testing to prove that their products are safe. Most of the time, if you're asking for a CPC, it's because you're trying to sue them for some reason. People, just an average everyday Joe trying to get hold of a CPC, usually it's because of a lawsuit, which is why you have to, as a seller, be able to provide it. So they are not widespread on the World Wide Web like SDS sheets, safety data sheets. They are much, much harder to acquire. And that's why I keep telling Walmart, it's going to kill their toy catalog when they do this. So, but yeah, Lego's great. And Crayola's okay. Let's see. Do you need a certification to sell food items? Not at this time. Nope. Used to on Amazon, and then Amazon removed that requirement, but no. Just know that with food items on Walmart currently, they are returnable. On Amazon, grocery is a non-returnable item. And this is another thing that I talked to them about on Tuesday. I tried to stress to them that for safety reasons, food should not be returnable because basically when I get a food product that's returned to me from Walmart, it goes in the trash. Like I'm not going to risk that something was tampered with and resell that. So it's just not a good policy in my opinion. And so we'll see what they do if they make a change to that, but no, you don't need certification to sell foods or basically any product on Walmart. There's not really certifications required. Okay, let me go back and see if there's something else here. Oh, potato flakes. That's unusual. How do you get ungated for items? It's a simple process. You list an item. So say that Barbie, you've never sold Barbies. You would list the item. It will error out and tell you that you need approval to sell. Sorry about that. Let me mute my phone. And then you open a case with the trust and safety team and you say, I would like to get ungated for Barbie. You submit that case. They will reply to it within usually a few weeks, Q4, maybe a few months. So do it before Q4. And it will say, hey, if you want to sell Barbie, first you have to answer this series of questions and answer those honestly. Because they're going to ask you if you're authorized by the company. Most of us are not. So answer honestly. And then you need to supply invoices or receipts and for buying that item. So you have to have bought some to get ungated. So yeah, just do that. And then normally it's pretty quick and easy. They ungate you and there you go. All right. This will be the last one that I do. And we'll kind of just take a peek. Potato flakes just seems like something maybe that wouldn't be in the store. Yeah, this is interesting because you see price. So it looks like the price is probably a suppressed buy box. Let's see, 16 ounce. Let's just go with this first one and kind of see what that looks like. $9.90 sale price. That's not going to be enough for us to make money because with a $3.45 WFS cost, even with 20% off, so $5.29 times 0.8 because we get 20% off. I mean, you're above the 30% ROI, but for me, this dollar amount isn't enough for the work. Obviously, it's not hard work to just throw these in a box and ship them off, but I've got to pay shipping. Maybe it's 30 cents a pound, so take off another like 15, 20 cents of this. I mean, maybe it'd be okay if they sold fast enough, but we don't have any sales data on this one. So that would probably be a pass for me as well. But that's kind of the process for using Martyr. Do invoices, receipts, for Walmart for ungating, currently, I'm always like, the current state of affairs, you can use store receipts as long as they are, they identify the item clearly. So, that may change at some point in time, but you can use store receipts. Other popular brands besides Barbie, oh my word, Lego, Disney, Squishmallow in the toy category, those kind of four come to mind. You have like in the housewares, KitchenAid. I've been on Walmart a really long time, so it's hard for me to think back to brands that I had to ungate. When it comes to like Christmas time, Elf on the Shelf requires ungating. That kind of thing. Oh, Martyr does not calculate shipping. Do you shipping into like your? Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Sorry. Martyr down here under the profit calculator, you can calculate inbound shipping. So like I said, like 30 cents a pound, those items weigh less than a pound. So maybe I put 20 cents
Make sure
per
to set
item.
everyone in the settings. You can set your inbound shipping, your sales tax, your other costs.
Yes. Good one. Here. Inbound shipping per pound. So here I could put the 30 cents. Months of storage fee. I mean, typically you're going to have at least one. And then if you have like prep fees here, you could kind of put your prep fee costs there and then save that. And then that will auto calculate here in the profit calculator for you. So yeah. But the thing with the brands is you just kind of like, and everybody's account might be a little different. I'm not sure. Yeah, we crowdsource. I have a list in my Walmart group, but off the top of my head, like those are the toy ones that I know of.
Awesome. Anyone that wants to ask any questions? By the way, do not forget, tomorrow we are going to have amazing live sourcing. Tracy will show her the magic she's doing again tomorrow. It's going to be advanced, but you can ask questions as you want.
Yes.
So the replay of this meeting, I'm going to stop the recording now.